You are welcome to one of the interesting courses you will offer during your study in LAUTECH Open and Distance Learning Center, ACT 121 Accounting Information System, Study Section 5, titled Flowcharting. In practice, you may often be called upon to evaluate a system risk exposure, recommend ways to achieve stronger internal control, suggest one or more ways to make a system more efficient and effective. In those situations, you will want to encapsulate the essential feature of an accounting information system, its documents, personnel involved, information flow, and related technologies. In this study session, we will begin discussing method for documenting accounting information system. We will start with the most commonly used method, flow charting. When you have studied this study section, you should be able to define and discuss the purpose of flowcharting, explain flowcharting tools and symbols, discuss the steps in designing flowcharting. Meaning and purpose of flowcharting. A flowchart is a graphical representation of some parts of an information system. A good flowchart is like a snapshot of an information system. It tells you at a glance where information originates, who handles the information, and how it is summarized for decision making. The information system might be focused on accounting, production, human resources, or marketing. It might be related to a particular project, such as launching a space shuttle or evaluating employee performance. Flowcharts have been used by information technology professionals for years to document computer programs. They also can be used to depict the hardware associated with a computer information system. Flowcharts are often classified by their overall purpose and function. We have system flowcharts. It gives the user a big picture look at an information system. Consider, for example, the process you use to register for classes each term. You use certain documents and types of information technology to select and register for classes. A system flowchart will combine all those resources with their related business processes. We also have program flowcharts. Program flowcharts shows the logic associated with computer program. As an accountant, you probably won't have much to do with program flowcharts. Likewise, we have document flowchart. As you might expect, show the various documents involved in a system. They also portray the procedure performed on those documents. So, for an example, a document flowchart might show your federal income tax return from time you received a blank form through its eventual disposition with the Internal Revenue Service. Lastly, we have hardware flowcharts. This type of flowchart will probably be a minor concern in your accounting career as well. They show the computers, printers, monitors, input devices, and other hardware elements associated with an information system. Attributes of a good flowchart. Flowchart should be read from the top to bottom and left to right. Flowchart should have plenty of white space. Flowchart should have a title. Flowchart should be organized in column that depict area of responsibilities. Also, documents involved in a business process should have a clear origin and a clear termination. Lastly, rough drafts of flowcharts should be discussed by people involved in the process. Flowcharts can be designed by using variety of tools, both high-tech and low-tech. On the low-tech end, you can draw a flowchart with pencil and paper. You also can use a flowcharting templates, which include many common flowcharting symbols. While manual methods are useful for quick and dirty starts at a flowchart, they can become tedious and messy over time. Fortunately, numerous software programs facilitate the preparation of good flowcharts. Two programs that are useful among many are Microsoft Visio and SmartDraw. And on the slide, you see flowchart symbols, like the circle denotes the on-page connector, which shows where a document or a process continue on the same page, followed by the multi-copies of a single document, which shows that a single document such as purchase order has several copies, which would be numbered and tracked separately in the flowchart. The drum, which denotes disk storage, the hard drive, CD or similar medium. Likewise, the trapezium shows the manual process. And lastly, we have the terminator. These are symbols among many. These are few symbols that are used in flowcharting. Flowcharting design steps. For you to create a good flowchart, the following steps need to be put into consideration. Establish the system boundary. The system boundary is critical in designing a flowchart. Without a well-established system boundary, you end up analyzing the word every time you draw a flowchart. The system boundary puts a virtual box around the system. This process is sometimes called delimiting. Determine column heading. That's step number 2. Determine column heading. As mentioned above, column heading should focus on areas of responsibility, usually department names, functions, or position title. For example, in a purchase inventory flowchart, column heading will include requesting department, purchasing department, accounting department, receiving department, and vendor. List action performed within each column. Also, select an appropriate symbol. Symbols like annotation, documents, generic process, on and off page connectors, terminators, decision, file, manual process, and predefined process. We also have prepare a first draft and also discuss the flow chart with others. Revise as needed. I hope you enjoyed the class. Thanks for listening.